Hello, Mindstone here, and today I'm going to be showing you some new cards for these matches. You've probably already seen them, but I'm going to give you my opinion upon them and how I think they are in the meta and everything. First off, Asian Horseman, and yeah, well, this card is, well, I don't really like it. It's, yeah, you get the charge, you get the divine shield, you're going to remove a minion with it most of the time, but it's like the highest minion you're gonna like the best you're gonna remove with this is gonna be a I don't know 3/2. You're not gonna remove any like big stuff with it, but you might remove some. It could be okay if you have buffs like on turn 7 doing this and Blessing with Kings, and you've got like this really huge charger, but you shit tons of HP and a divine shield, which is pretty cool. But no, just I don't like it. And I've got rating, so I'm gonna rate cards from 1 to 10 out of 10. So yeah, and I'm saying this is a 3 out of 10. It's not that good, I believe, but it has uses if you really need that charge that you usually get from nuclear spells. Okay, next card up, if I can just get it here, there you go, is Bone God Lytton, and if I pronounce that correctly. This card is, well, it gains health every time you expire, and it's actually like it's a 3/2 for 2, which is pretty solid. I like that. It's good, but I really like that if the enemy plays a 2/3 into this, you're just gonna be hero powered once, and you can just kill his minion. I think that's pretty damn good, and this can just grow out of control if your opponent doesn't seem to get it away. So it's probably gonna eat some kind of removal in some way, which is making me pretty happy for it. Actually, I like it a lot. So yeah, I like it. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10. Then we got the Captured Jormungandr, which is it's just a 7-drop really with some stats. It's like you can say that this is, I don't know, it's like you get the 7/7 for 7 like War Golem, which is a bit more well differentiated. So this can't get bit 8 game 100, and that's of course a really good thing. But it's just, again, it's just a 7-drop. It doesn't do anything for you. It just is stats. It's a big pile of stats that isn't really even that good. Like you could play Dr. Boom any day over this because you get the boom bots. So I like it. It's okay for starter decks if you really want to go like all basic or something. And you just got this and you don't have a wild card, any no legendaries or anything. But well, I don't know. I don't think this is a good card, really. Yeah. So it's a 2 out of 10 because it's not insanely horrible. It doesn't die to be 8 game 100. That'd be war goal. That'd be like a 1 out of 10. Yeah. Yeah. We've got the Clockwork Knight. I'm actually pretty positive when I look at him because he's 5/5 for 5, which is pretty good. Then he can buff up a friendly mech, which can be really useful. And then, like, when you just look at him like that, he's not like super amazing or anything, is he? I don't think so, Liz. But the great thing about him, I think, is that he can actually get reduced by stuff like Mech Warper, so he can get a 4-drop. And if you look at him like a 4-drop, you gotta see this card is fucking insane. But because that's not always gonna happen, he's not fucking insane. He's just pretty good, actually. So the way I see him is like at the end of your deck, like the biggest thing in your deck for really aggressive mech deck, maybe a mech warlock or something that you just keep drawing cards, and then just play this at like the super late game, or yeah, well, whenever you need that buff. But yeah, I see it's an okay card. So I'm gonna give it 4 out of 10. That's gonna be like what I'm thinking about it. Then we've got Dragonhawk Raider. Dragonhawk Raider truly is just horrible. It's absolutely fucking horrible because I don't think there is. Oh, well, there is 3 drops in the game that can't kill this. Pretty much any 3 drops going to kill this. Like, this is not going to be sticking on the board because your enemy doesn't want to get hit for fucking 6 damage or something. That would be stupid. It's not going to stick on the board. and it just is dying too easily. If your enemy plays out a spider tank, you can't play this because you're just gonna kill it with the spider tank and leave his 3-1 on the board, which is horrible for you. So this is just not playable at all. You don't want it in your deck. Pretty much. It's a 1 out of 10. It's horrible. Absolutely horrible. We've got the evil Heckler. And this is like, if you know the card that you get from just playing the game, like you always have it. The Booty Bay Bodyguard, I think it's called. The 5/4 taunt for 5. This is just not great, really. Like, it's costing 1 less mana, which is, I don't know, kind of lame, it seems. It's not new, but it's better, I guess. But this card's not that good anyway. It's okay, but it's not amazing, because, like, you've got Sentient Shieldmaster, which is a 3/5 for the same card. I know the stats are smaller, but the stats are better in the way they're placed. This has 5 health and 4 attack. It would be a crazy minion, an absolutely crazy minion. But the breakpoint is, if you have 5 health, it actually saves you from a lot of clear spells. Like, I could say Flame Strike, I could say Flame Cannon, and for some mage spells. And that just really helps you, actually. So these 4 or 5 health is a pretty big deal. And I'd give 2 attack for that. Because it's a taunt. You want it to be tanky. You don't want it to be attacking too much for you. That's not the important part of it, I believe. So, yeah. But it's playable. I'm going to say 6 out of 10 here. So, yeah. Then we've got Flame Juggler. Yeah. And he's good. Like, he's not a bad 2-drop. He is 2/3 for 2, which is fine. And he got not a bad cry. That's no drawback or anything. So, he's good enough, I guess. So, yeah. But there's so much, like, there are other 2-drops that are better than him, I guess. Like Knife Juggler you would pick over this pretty much any day if you're playing aggro, or you would pick Shielded Minibot if you're a paladin. So there's a lot of other cards that's just better. So I wouldn't recommend running this at all. I would like, yeah, okay, you could run it, but it's only going to be because you don't know what you're going to put in the 2-drop slot, because you're running control and you don't want Knife Jugglers and you don't have that many cards and you have this and you're not paladin, so you don't have Shield Minibot. So, like, there's a lot. It's going to be really down far on the list for me to pick up, but it's not a bad card whatsoever, because it's alright. There's just better 2-drops. I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10. And so next card is Frigid Snowbold. I think that's it. I think this is pretty bad, like, terribly. It's pretty bad. Like, it's just bad stats. Like, 6 HP. Yeah, sure, it's a lot, but it doesn't really matter when the enemy plays a Yeti on his 4 turn, or let's just say a Shredder, because that's going to just destroy this. Without even, like, sure, Shredders can die, but yeah. Anyway, I don't think it's good. Like, the spell damage, you can get that on a, what's it called? That thing, the Ogre Machlis, the 4/4 with spell damage 4, which I think there's the thing about the breakpoint of 5 HP, but anyway, it's also like, you don't want to be sitting in 2 attack, because the enemy, like, if you're playing versus a priest, you're going to get Cabal Shadow Priest, and that hurts quite a bit when this Frigid Snowbolt takes. So I wouldn't play this. Like, maybe if you are planning on trolling a bit and running full spell damage, but otherwise I just wouldn't do it. So yeah, it's a 2 out of 10, I'd say. Goddessan Jouster. Okay, this is bad. Like, yeah, a 2/3 for 1 is good, but when isn't that gonna happen? Because first of all, jousts are gambles. I'm gonna have to say, I don't like joust too much. And, well, this guy, if you run him in the deck, it means you're running a 1-drop in a joust deck. Unless he's like the only 1-drop you run in a control deck, then I can see him in there, but then you would be running Zombie Chow, because in control deck you're not going to be hitting his face anyway. So, yeah. I think it's bad. I think the joust deck, you want to be building a joust deck overall, is you're going to be playing early spells and then a big load of minions in the end game. So you got really good chances of jousting. But this card just I don't think it fits the playstyle, so I'm gonna be hitting it at a 1 out of 10. I really don't like it. I think it's absolutely horrible. Then we've got the Ice Rager. There is the Flame Rager, which are 5/1 for 3, which is of course even worse, but this card is just, it doesn't matter that it has 1 more HP. It's not gonna stay on the board. Like, there's so many minions that's gonna kill this, so many spells. Even though it doesn't die to hero, like the enemy hero power. No, it doesn't always die to the enemy hero power. It could be like a fallen hero power if it was mage or savage competent druid or something. So it's gonna die most of the time anyway, and I just don't like it. It's not. If it had charge, it could be alright because you had 5 damage. But this shouldn't ever get to attack. It shouldn't ever get to deal damage. And at least it should be killing a really small minion that you could just kill with a bigger tankier minion and live. So it's pretty bad, I'd say. It's a 1 out of 10. Then we've got the Chaldean Raider. This guy is like, he is the, what's it called, the floating watcher for every cross. So whenever you use your hero power, you gain +2/2. And it's not bad if you can like play this dude double hero power or something, or you have a Maiden of the Lake on board and this is like a 6 drop. You play this hero power, you got a 6/6 that's gonna grow. That's not bad. But in case that happens, you're pretty well off already, and then yeah, you're probably not too behind if you can like play this and not really care about what he's doing. I think because you have stuff on the board. But yeah, well, I'm gonna be pretty happy about this card if you can get like a lot of hero powers out, because it's a threat, and if you get it to 6/6, it's gonna be pretty hard removing it. But anyway, it's hard to like make use of, I feel like, just because like Floating Watcher, it's gonna be a high priority target. It's going to get income removal, and yeah. So that's it. I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 because it's okay. It's all right. And we've got, let me see, the Land Sparrow. This card is, if you look at it first, it's an abusive sergeant with stats reversed. Because, yeah, I know it's permanent, the attack buff, but whatever you put it on is probably going to die anyway pretty soon. So it's not going to last for too long. But when I'm thinking about it is, like, your problem is that whatever you put it on is going to die. You can fix that. You can fix that by playing it on, I don't know, Shielded Minibot or Nerubian Egg. If you actually, like, that's the crazy thing. That's Nerubian Egg or Dragon Egg when you then actually activate their stuff. Also, I think Void Caller is pretty good with this because at 1/3 with 2 extra attack is actually pretty solid. So if he plays, let's say you play Void Caller, he plays, I don't know, some kind of 2/3, and he's doing that, and well, this is actually going to really destroy that thing. So yeah, that's all good. So I really like this card. I want to see this used because I just like the card. The artwork, it's cool. But whatsoever, I'm gonna say 7 out of 10 because I like this in certain decks. And I don't know, yeah, I just like it. Then we've got the Lowly Squire. It's kind of fucking insane. It's just stupidly good. Like you've played this at 1, it's probably not gonna die to hero power. If you can be first, this is really good. Right? Because like it might die to brawl with another minion, but it's probably gonna kill that minion as well. And if you manage to get, maybe like you're playing priest, you play this in turn 1, you think, I don't know, on turn 3 you give it Valence Chosen, and this is just gonna go way out of control. Like this guy is gonna be a terrible problem for your opponent. So he can, like, he really has to be removed before he does something crazy. Also, there's all these combos with Maiden of the Lake and all these other cards that can make your hero power stronger and more worth using. So I really like the Lowly Squire. I'm gonna say 7 out of 10 because there is drawbacks. He is a 1-drop. He's dying to pretty much nothing. Like he just dies easily. So yeah. Well, Maiden of the Lake, next card. Your hero power costs 1. This card is pretty damn solid. Like it helps so many other cards in the set to really make the best use of their hero power to inspire. So I like it. I feel like it's really good. Even though the stats are not amazing, it's still really good. And I would run it in a lot of decks. I really would. But it has trouble with really strong stat-wise tank drops. Like 3 drops, excuse me. Like Spider Tank would trade even with it, and this is a 4 drop, that's a 3 drop, so you might have some trouble there. But I don't know. It's still good. I wouldn't say that's a big disadvantage. It's a bit of a disadvantage, but not huge. I would play it anyway because it's so good. Then we've got Machlis Champion. Machlis Champion is, well, I don't know. He is okay. Or not. Because initially when you look at him, he's got a really cool effect, and he's not too far from the stats. Like, he really needs 1 attack, 2 health, and he's pretty okay. But the thing is, he has 3 HP. He dies to fucking Frostbolt or Dark Bomb, and he's a 5 drop. That is bad. Like, if you look at stuff like Harrington and like Hemic Way, I think it was. Actually, yeah, it's Hemic Way. It just, you can't. Again, it's horrible because, yeah, sure, you could destroy bees with it, but it dies to Frostbolt or something, which is pretty darn bad. Like, you don't want that. And so about this, and you can't really play it like at any point because you have to have a full board to make use of this, and you have to have 7 mana. And they're not very likely to come along because your enemy is either going to rush you or destroy your board. So, and if you're getting rushed, it's not worth it trying to build up your board. And if your enemy clears your board, you're probably not going to have a board. So I just don't like this card. I think there's too many problems with it, even though it's really powerful if you can get the optimal scenario. So I wouldn't like it. So it's a 1 out of 10. I just don't like it. North Sea Kraken. This would be the top of a deck. It would be the absolute top of a deck for some decks. Like, it's a super late game card that we got here. But there's so many legendaries outshines this, I'd say. So it's still not good. It's not gonna cut it, and it dies to Big Game Hunter, which is huge. It's absolutely huge. It does something when you play it, but 4 damage, yeah, you can kill something with it. You're probably gonna kill something. You're probably gonna yeah, well, get the Big Game Hunter, but you lose an entire turn to a Big Game Hunter. But it's not horrible though. You have the battle cry. If it was just like +2/+2 stats, still a battle cry would be horrible, but the battle cry just makes it pretty okay. So if you don't have any legendaries for the late game, I'm gonna say this is an okay card. Otherwise, legendaries are better. I'd say legendaries are better, but I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. Then we've got Pit Fighter. I don't really want to talk about this card for really long. It's boring. It's just kind of boring. It's like the stats are nothing special. It's got 5, 6, and cost 5. There's so many good 5 drops. You don't want this in front of them. Like, I usually have way too many 5 drops that I want to include, but I can't include. So you're probably not gonna run with this ever. It's a 1 out of 10. Refreshment Vendor. I could see it versus an aggro deck where the enemy's not really gonna lose HP, but you're gonna have a lot of trouble with your HP while you're trying to turn it on them, like turn the pressure up for them while getting board control and all that stuff. But the problem is that, like, I would like a Sentient Shieldmaster any day over this, like a Taunt. That would be so much better. So I just don't like this. It's not good. It's absolutely yeah. It's okay. It just gets outshined too much, and you can't stack 4 drops because yeah, you can't really just stack that many 4 drops. So sorry, I forgot the rating. I'm gonna say 2 out of 10. Then we are going to the Silent Knight. Silent Knight is well, I would say it's it's affix overloaded. I don't know if you could say that, because I think Stealth and Divine Shield, they don't complement each other. Like Shed 8 of Naxxramas with the Stealth and Growth, they complement each other really a lot. But this is just well, it's not going to take damage. You're not really going to. It's not super good stats. Like, it's 2/2 for 3, so you're not going to be super eager to remove it. And where like stealth just makes it impossible to remove it before you reveal it. So I feel like it's a shielded minibot for 1 more mana with added stealth, and you just don't need the stealth. So I think it's horrible. Like you just pay way too much for way too little here. So yeah, I'm absolutely gonna say that this is 1 out of 10. It's horrible. Pick pretty much any other minion over it. Silverhand Regan. This is not horrible. This is good. It's really lovely, because what you can do is this has like you play this on turn 3. It has to be better than 2. Because if not, then turn 4 is probably gonna be a 2-drop, which you're usually gonna have a lot of, or clear spell in some way, and a lot of hero power. I think, because like you're gonna get a 1/1 plus hero power effect, which is pretty damn brute. Like this is just good. It has to be dealt with. So, and it just makes it even better. There is not a lot of cards in the 3-drop slot that are super good. We're just playing them out and having threats. Like there's kind of like Big Game Hunter and Mind Control Tech, and they're good in their ways because they can win you the game single-handed, but they require a specific situation. This is like you can play it anytime, anywhere, pretty much. And when you need it, like not when you need some specific effect or some specific scenario, it's just a minion. It's a minion. It's going to have to be dealt with if it's not supposed to be annoying. So I like it, and I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10 because it's not like you can't deal with it because it dies to Frostbolt and that stuff. But it's all right. We've got Tournament Attendee. Well, this is like Silverhand, not Silverhand. Oh god, I'm saying Goldshire Footman in reverse stats, but they're evenly horrible. Like this one dies to a hero power, and the other one is just useless. So I don't like it. It's a 1 out of 10. Just get it out of my sight. Tournament Medic. This is the last card for today. Well, Inspire restore 2 health to your hero. That's good. Like that's a lot of value, but the stats are pretty bad. Like 1/8. That's not good. We all know that. But I could see this if you were playing something that would lack early defenses. Versus, I don't know, an Face Hunter or something that relies on burn for the last little piece of your health. And then you could begin slowly, well, dealing with the burn by hero powering every turn. And I would especially see that as on Priest, because this is going to maximize your healing. You have so many cards that triggers off healing, so I think it'd be pretty brutal to put this in Priest and to do double heals all the time, and just triggers the Sacred Warriors or whatever they're called. I think it's Holy Champion actually at the moment after I've revealed it. So I think it's good. I'm gonna say 5 out of 10. If you're playing in versus a control deck, this is going to be absolutely useless. Like it's going to die. It's not really going to heal you because you're not going to take damage. So it's absolutely useless if you're playing versus a control deck. And I guess that is pretty much for now, guys. And I'm gonna see you in my next video, where I'm gonna review the neutral rare cards. So I'm out.